Shadow of War is already going to have the Balrog, Drakes, Shelob, a bunch of Caragor. But why not the Mumakil? Let's get to it! Mumakil, also known as Oliphants seen in the Lord of the Rings movies, are monstrous elephant-looking beasts. I mean, they're massive. They're truly, they're like 40 feet tall, and they're huge. They're like walking fortresses. They carry units. They even got that little house thing on their back. I'd live in that if I could. Not only are they used to carry Haradrim warriors into battle, they also have these terrifying and almost inhumane, it's just gnarly looking weapons that the Haradrim attach to their tusks or other parts of their body that they use to just mow down any sort of enemy units down on the ground. They don't step on you, they're just gonna stab you with these giant spikes or launch you into the air hundreds of feet, and that's pretty dang awesome. Now what about if they came into the Shadow series, if we get them in Shadow of War? Let's get a little bit more into it and see what they could really bring out of the Mumakil in this series. So in Shadow of War, the Mumakil could be used in multiple ways, especially with the fact that you have armies that are following you throughout the whole experience of the game. Like I said before, the Mumakil carry these little structures that are pretty much like houses on their backs that hold a bunch of people. So imagine you're driving this Mumakil in Shadow of War with a bunch of your followers and legions on the back, saying a bunch of stuff, chanting all awesomely, throwing spears, shooting arrows. It would be completely awesome. But say you're not necessarily using one or riding one, you haven't took it over, you're not controlling it, and you have to actually fight it. Now, we've seen that awesome scene in Lord of the Rings The Return of the King where Legolas climbs up the arrows, cuts off the dang thing on top of it, flies up it, takes the Mumakil down. Now, imagine something similar to that, because we know how skilled Talion and Celebrimbor are, and how they can move so fast with all the Wraith abilities and all the special powers. Now imagine having to take down this gigantic freaking animal. It would be insane, and especially if you get more than one of them. Now, I don't know if Shadow of War could really support more than a couple of these on the screen at once. It might become a little bit too much, a little bit too overpowered, but hey, it'd be freaking cool nonetheless. With all these other monsters that they're introducing, and we know they have a bunch more hidden that they haven't released yet, which is good. They don't need to show us everything. It's kind of like ruining the fun if they show us everything. I really, really, really hope that the Mumakil is in Shadow of War. I really do. And if not, hear me out, Monolith. They need to be in the next game or a DLC even. It would spice up the gameplay, add an extra element, and really, hearing those footsteps just coming and then the elephant off in the distance, man, that'd be one hell of a ride. So tell me what you guys think. Do you think the Mumakil belongs in Shadow of War? And if so, tell us what you think it could be utilized to do in the game. If you have any other monsters from the Lord of the Rings world or Middle-earth fantasy, let me know, and maybe we can discuss them next time. Alright, so it's been fun. I will see you guys shortly. You've been kicking ass. Peace out.